Going away, I need a fish sitter? Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, fishy folks. It's quite early on Saturday. As you know, I'm going away next week for about 11 days, and I need to take care of my fish room. So what are we going to do? Well, first, we're going to panic and think that that tank is cracked. Right? Look at it. See it? Right there. Looks like a crack. I just about needed to change my shorts. Well, when upon further inspection, it's not a crack. It's just a root. So luckily I didn't have to change my shorts. But anyway. Hello fishy folks. Happy Sunday Funday. Hope everyone's had a great weekend. Hope everyone's getting ready for a great week ahead. You know, I'm getting ready for a trip. I'll be gone for about 11 days. And I've been asked a few times on my last live stream and via chat or via messages, who's going to take care of my fish room? Well, my 17-year-old son will be taking care of my fish room, but just in maintenance mode. So what does that mean? Well, first let me tell you what I do when I go away for an extended period of time. You guys know, pretty much most of you know that I travel for work a couple times a month usually. I'm gone for anywhere from 2 days to a week to 11 days like now. And my fish tanks need to be maintained, right? Well, the last time I went away for 3 days, I didn't do anything. No water changes, no feeding, no nothing. And everything was fine. In fact, I had some fry when I came back. I think I had some guppy fry. Maybe the Sunset Platy's drop fry. But anyway, fry. So who cares, right? I imagine that in the wild, fish don't eat every day. There's no grocery stores. There's no McDonald's. There's no Chipotle. Fish are not going to be able to eat every day. However, in your own fish tank, things are a little bit different. First, let's start with my tanks, because this is how I do it. What you choose to do is all up to you. As IFG says, something to the effect of, the information I'm giving you, you can do with what you like. Alright? So here's what I do. 3 days, no problem. And here's why for me. Most of my tanks have plants in them. On those plants are little microorganisms that are delicious. These fish love them. In addition, I don't really growlvac most of my tanks. There's mold. In fact, some of the tanks in the top that I kind of can't see the bottom, there's like a layer of mold. And you guys might just think, oh, that's gross. And you're right, it is gross. It's also yummy and delicious for fry. They eat off it. They eat off the little algae on the glass. They eat off the little microorganisms in the moss, on the plants. That's all good stuff. That's why I can go 3 days, 5 days, maybe even a week and really have no problems. In most of my tanks. There are a few tanks that I really don't want to do that with. The Apisto tank is one of them. The Ram tank is another one of them. And I have some angel fry that probably need to be fed every day as well, or at least should be fed every day as well. So let me go into detail about my plan. First, I'm going to be doing large volume water changes on all the tanks before I leave. Now the reason for that is just peace of mind. What you should do is check your water and see what your parameters are. You should also know, so some people just go in a schedule, oh, I change 50% of water every week, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as the water you put in is about the same as the water you put out, pH-wise, temperature-wise, you shouldn't have any problems. Those crazy discus folks, I don't want to mention anyone's name, Ryan, probably change 100% water daily or every other day. But what are you going to do? I'm not one of those crazy discus people. I'm one of the crazy guppy people. What you should be doing, at least what I recommend to do, is test your water. When your nitrates get to be the level that you determine that you want to change water, whether it be 20 parts per million, 40 parts per million, 80 parts per million, whatever it is, that's when you change water. I don't have a problem with nitrates in any of my tanks. And there's two reasons for that. One, most of my tanks have a ton of plants, and the plants eat or use the nitrates. In my angel tanks, I do 20% water change daily while I sleep, so nitrates never really build up. In addition, most of the angel tanks are stocked lightly, 2 adults and a 20 high. I guess that's not stocked lightly. That's about as stock as you could, as someone in the general public should do. I'm not one of those general public people because I have the water change system, and I have quite a bit of experience. I'm not really. It's not a show tank where I just want to look at it for 2 weeks before I do any maintenance. So my tanks are designed to be pretty self-sufficient. They all have pretty large sponge filters for the tank. The ones with the box filters have quite a bit of media in them with quite a bit of surface area for the beneficial bacteria. So I don't really have to worry about that. Let's get back to talking about what I was talking about because I'm a little scatterbrained. Water changes. When the nitrate level reaches the level you determine to be detrimental to your fish, you should change water. I recommend 50%, and here's why. If you have nitrates at 40 parts per million, and then you change 50% of your water, you know what your nitrates will be? Do the math. 40 parts per million divided by, or times 50%, 20 parts per million. That's right. Now your nitrates are 20 parts per million. Now you wait another week, and they go up to 40 parts per million. So your nitrates will always be around 20 parts per million. Two things can change that. One, adding more plants, the nitrates will be used faster. Two, if you feed too much food and there's too much waste, nitrates will build up faster. Okay, so there's your hint there. But as far as going away, as far as leaving your tanks, what should you do? You do what you feel is best for you. What I'm doing, my son's going to feed every other day down here. Everybody will be fine with that. It's a maintenance diet. In addition, I'm going to be doing large volume water changes, including vacuuming some mulm in the tanks. Not all of it. I always want some. And I'm going to shut my heater off. So currently, my tanks are running at about between 76 and 78. Towards the front of the room, they're probably closer to 76. This tank back here is 78.5. The heater's right here. I'm going to shut the heater off, and these tanks will probably run around 70, between 70 and 72 degrees, and that's fine. What's that going to do for the fishies? Well, it's going to lower their metabolism. What does that do? Well, it means they're going to eat less, which in turn means they're going to poop less. And that's what we want. We want less waste, less fish waste, so the water stays cleaner longer. And that's what I'm going to do. If I was going away for a week, I would do the same thing. But anything less than that, even 6 days, I may ask somebody to feed the tanks, on that 3rd or 4th day. And by asking them, I mean bringing them down here and showing them exactly what I want them to do, including a sample amount of food. Now, different tanks require different amounts of food, right? If I'm only maintenance feeding them, no, it doesn't really matter that much, as long as it's not too much. Too little is fine. The fish will have something to eat. I'm not worried about it. And that's that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut off my auto water change system because it's not 100% automatic. My initial plan was to add a float switch, and when the water got below a certain level, it would turn the water on and fill. And I decided against that for 2 reasons. One, I'll show you the tank in a little while, but it started to change shape when I put water in it, the pressure of the water. And that's why I built the little wood frame, and I have the white, they're not white, they're yellow. That's why I have the yellow straps keeping everything in shape. But because of that, I didn't think it was going to seal properly, um, because it's all distorted. In addition, the reason why I went with the storage tub instead of just an automatic system that's runs through carbon block filters is I didn't want the water on all the time, right? The water's on. The only thing that's holding it from coming out are solenoids or valves, and I didn't want that. And after I built the system, I thought, wait a minute, the water's on in every place that there's a sink, right? When you go to your sink, you turn the water on, water's there. It's because the water is on. The only thing that's holding back is the valves. So that was a stupid thought on my part. Sorry about the noise. The dehumidifier just went on. What else was I gonna say? Oh, auto water change. So it's not really automatic. Someone will have to come down here and fill it, and I don't want to risk them forgetting to fill it and me burning the pump out. So I'm just gonna shut it off. So again, let me lay out my plan. I'm gonna do some large volume water changes, probably between Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Today being Saturday. I'm only gonna have someone feed a little bit every other day, and I'm gonna lower the metabolism of the fishies by lowering the water temperature. And I'm gonna do that slowly. You know, it's not like you turn air on to lower the temperature. I'm just gonna, turn the heat off, and then it'll slowly lower. And this room will stay pretty much constant 70-ish degrees. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's how I take care of fish when I go away for a while. There's many other things you can do. There's vacation feeders. Never had luck with those. They're just garbage if you ask me. You can have an automatic feeder. If you have one tank, that's not a bad idea. I know Eheim makes a great automatic feeder. I think they're about $40. It's great if you have fry and you want them to grow out fast. Automatic feeding like 4 times a day would really help them grow. I think Rick from Mr. Science Geek did a little video on that, or talked about that in his last video. If I remember, I'll put a link up there, but I tend to forget that kind of stuff. So you can have a friend come over and feed. As long as your friend has fish knowledge or is trustworthy to do exactly what you say, then that's fine too. But most people don't understand that fish bellies are itty bitty tiny, and one pellet of food, 1/2 mil pellet of krill from Fish Freaks Plus is probably enough for like 2 guppies or 3 guppies because their bellies are tiny. Speaking of Fish Freaks Plus, I am going to probably leave out, and this is only what I'm going to leave out, is the community blend. That's what I've been feeding lately. It's a new food that I tried maybe a week or 2 ago from Tyler over at Fish Freaks Plus, and everybody loves it. Even the angels love it. I do have a couple picky angels, as you remember. They didn't eat other flake food, and one of the pairs doesn't eat flake food at all. They have been nibbling on the community, which is, I'm a little surprised they didn't eat the angels flake food, but they are nibbling at the community. They're not loving it, but they are eating it. But every other tank in the fish room love that community stuff. I haven't fed it to the Pistos or Rams. I don't typically feed flake food to them, but every other tank loves it. And what I like about the flake food is you can crush it. So you can feed it to a tank with adults, sub-adults, and fry. Or you can feed it to a tank with just fry. Or with just adults. That's why I like flake food. And the Fish Freaks Plus flake food is very high quality, and I recommend it. As a matter of fact, if you go to fishfreaksplus.com and enter in promotion code MFR, 10% off your entire order. You're welcome. That's all I'm saying. So, that's what I'm going to feed. Now, what am I going to do when I get back? When I get back, I'm probably going to be exhausted. But when I get back in the fish room, I will probably start with testing some water to see where we're at, and if I need to, I'll do large volume water changes. But that's what I'm going to do, and that's what you should do. No, that's what I'm going to do when I go away. What you do on your own is all up to you. Make an informed decision and trust it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that would suck, but you got to learn from that. All right, guys, that's what I'm going to do. I will be live streaming Thursday from Japan. It'll be Friday morning there, but I'm going to live stream Thursday from Japan. Because Bob passed the torch to me, I'm going to take it and run with it. All right. Email me if you have any questions, michaelsfishroom@gmail.com. If you need a stock list, I'll send you a stock list. No orders going out on Monday unless somebody orders and pays today, and then it'll be probably 2 weeks before I ship again. So by then we'll have some black pandas that are ready for shipment. We may have some other stuff with all the fry we have. I didn't show you all the fry we have yet. We have lots of fry. You'll see that in Wednesday's video. Alright guys, hope everyone has a great Sunday Funday. Like, comment, subscribe. Do me a favor, hit that notification bell. Now when you hit it, you just want to lightly caress it. You don't want to smash it. You smash the like button, lightly caress the notification bell. If you like the video a lot, you can share it. You can talk about it in your Facebook groups, your Reddit groups, Twitter, whatever. Tell your mom, tell your grandma, girlfriend, boyfriend, dog. Doesn't matter to me. Have a great day. Live bite. Live. Do a couple things. We have a couple things to contaminate. Jesus Christmas. And we all know pooping is what causes bad water. What I'm going to do is show my son exactly how much food and then there was light. You know, there's no taco trucks, Corey, in the wild, so you're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to eat? I'm a little strange. I'm a little strange. I can't speak. I don't know what I am. I can't speak.